jury.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, have you reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
What is the verdict?
We find the defendant, Adam Grant, guilty of murder in the first degree.
The defendant will rise. The defendant will rise.
Adam, you have to stand.
Adam Grant, you have been tried by a jury of your peers and found guilty. Do you have anything you wish to say before sentence is passed? Very well. It is the sentence of this court that for the brutal and despicable crime of murder in the first degree, you shall hang by the neck until dead.
No, I'm not going through this again. I don't have to listen to you. Do you know why? Because you're not real. None of this is real.
I can assure you, Mr. Grant, this is very real.
This is a dream. All of this and all of you are a dream from inside here.
Remove the defendant from the courtroom.
You fool. Don't you understand that I invented you? And that without me you'd cease to exist? Don't you understand? You would cease to exist.
Adam Grant, a nondescript man found guilty of murder and sentenced to be hanged by the neck until dead. Like most other criminals caught in the wheels of justice, he's scared, right down to the marrow of his bones. But it isn't prison that scares him. The long, silent nights of waiting, the slow walk to the hanging room, or even death itself. It's something else that holds Adam Grant in the hot, sweaty grip of fear. Something worse than any punishment this world has to offer. Something found only in the Twilight Zone.
Grant, where you going? You in a hurry?
Which one's mine? It's not always the same.
Oh, that's a good one. Get it. I'm gonna enjoy watching you hang. You know, I'd even consider myself lucky if I was the one that got to push the button.
So what happened, man?
Same thing that always happens. Fools are gonna hang me.
You still think this is a dream, Grant? Huh? We're just figments of your imagination?
I don't know what you are. I think I got you out of a bad movie I saw once, Flask.
Oh, yeah. Now we're all a movie. I mean, we're all movie actors. Shut up! Don't listen to him. He's scared. Like we all scared. None of us want to die.
You know, Jimmy, sometimes I wish I almost could die if that would be the only way this would end.
Oh, don't worry. You're going to die, Grant. That rope down there, that don't pick favorites. Once it's around your neck, it does the job.
No, that's the point. It doesn't do the job.
There you go again. Sound like you've been through it all already.
I have been through it over and over again. I don't know how many times. You want to know what it's like, Jimmy? You walk out your cell, through that door down at the end there. You walk down a long hall, and it's dark, and it's dirty, and it's dimly lit. You come to a door. It's not the same door that the witnesses come through. This one's green, painted dark green. And a guard opens it for you. It leads to the stairs. You climb the stairs. They're old and wood. They creak under every step. And there's another door up at the top there. It's metal. Another guard opens it. He knows you're coming. They all know you're coming. You step out onto the hanging balcony, and there's a sheet that goes from the floor of the hanging balcony down to the floor of the room, and it's lit from behind. And that's so that the spectators can only see the silhouette of the man when he drops. And the rope breaks his neck. You step out on the trap. The warden's there, and he asks if you got any last words, and he has to, that's the law. And the hangman ties your hands behind your back. And he binds your feet. And he slips his hood over your head.
Listen to him, Flash. Listen to him.
The hood is musty. It always reminds me of an old couch.
Shut up, Grant.
Then finally he puts the noose around your neck. Slowly and real carefully, he just adjusts the knot up behind your ear.
Please shut up.
And then the hangman nods at the warden. And then the warden nods at the assistant warden. And then the assistant warden, he flicks a switch. In the little room off the hanging room, a red light comes on. And there's 3 guards there, standing before 3 buttons. They all push him at the same time. One of those buttons releases the trap. The floor falls out from under you, and you know what? I just can't remember what happens next.
Thanks for making me one.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's all right, honey. I don't really need it. I had a little wine in the kitchen. Roast will be ready in about half an hour.
Good. I'm hungry.
Why don't you, put on some Johnny Mathis or Al Jarreau, some Bobby Short, something like that? You could even start a fire in the fireplace. Hey, what's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I just can't stop thinking about Adam Grant.
Oh, that's right. It's happening tonight, isn't it? Look, he's getting what he deserves, Mark. You proved that. He's as guilty as they come.
I know. It's just this attitude he has. I've never seen anything like it.
You're letting him get to you, and you shouldn't. The law's the law. You're not the one who sentenced him. Let's forget about the music, We'll have a nice, quiet dinner, just the 2 of us. Stay in, watch some television. What do you say?
All right. Come in.
You don't look all that surprised to see me here.
No, I expected a last-ditch effort to try to save your client. May I take your coat?
Forget the pleasantries. I could use one of those.
Of course. What'll it be?
Vodka martini?
Very dry on the rocks. I want you to know up front that my mind's made up on the subject of Adam Grant.
Is it? I think you're feeling what I'm feeling.
What's that?
Fear. Fear that Adam Grant might be telling the truth.
Ridiculous. In my opinion, all this dream stuff is his own last-ditch effort to try to save himself. He's trying to cop an insanity plea. Well, it just won't work. He was examined by 2 psychiatrists, and both of them deemed him fit to stand trial.
You can use all the logic you want on me, Mark. That's all I've been doing the last few days, trying to rationalize. I still wake up every morning breathless and scared.
Who is it, Mark? Oh, good evening.
Sorry to bother you, Mrs. Ritchie. You know what else? I can't get over the feeling that I'm being watched somehow. Even when I'm home alone with the drapes drawn and the lights low, I keep feeling I'm being watched.
What are you two talking about? Sounds like paranoia to me. Would you like some cheese and crackers?
No, thank you. I'm not hungry. Go ahead. Tell me you don't feel it, too.
Capital punishment's a gruesome affair. If we thought lightly of it, if it didn't trouble us in some way, then we'd be cruel and conscienceless. Less than human.
That's not what I'm talking about, damn it.
Now, wait just a minute, Miss Jacobs. What right do you have to talk to my husband like that?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Ritchie. There isn't time to be polite. At 1 minute after midnight, Adam Grant is going to hang, and when he does, so will the rest of us.
Well, it's obvious where you stand, isn't it? Adam Grant is a horrible person. He fooled a great many people for many years, and then he got caught, like he should have gotten caught a long time ago.
You almost sound like this is personal for you, Mrs. Ritchie.
It's not personal. I just happen to believe in capital punishment. At least in this case.
There may not be any more cases after this case. Come on, Mr. Ritchie. Haven't you ever thought to yourself, all this can't be real? I can't be the district attorney. I can't have a beautiful wife and a beautiful home and live in such a fine neighborhood. All of this is like a dream.
Everyone has. If you're successful, it's easy to think it's all a dream sometimes. And if you're not successful, it's easy to look at life like a nightmare. But that just proves that Adam Grant is human, like the rest of us. He can't believe this is happening to him, so he convinces himself that it's not happening. Not really.
Let me ask you something. This was a murder trial, a big murder trial. Why were there no spectators in the courtroom today?
The judge ordered the courtroom clear.
I don't remember that, do you? Let me ask you something else. Where was the press? When you left the courtroom after the trial, were there any reporters waiting outside for you? Were there?
Mark, what is she talking about?
What time is it, Jimmy? Jimmy? Anybody got the time?
5 after 9. Why? You got a date?
No, I'm expecting someone.
Oh, yeah? The governor with your pardon. Hand delivered right to your door.
No, not the governor. The district attorney usually comes around 9.
Who is it? Who is it? The district attorney. Who the hell else?
Open it. Let me in.
Sure you want to?
Open it.
Hang around?
No.
10 minutes, that's all you have.
You don't seem surprised to see me.
I'm not. You always come at 9. At least the district attorney always comes at 9. It's not always you.
Look, Grant, you may have your own attorney fooled with this dream stuff, but it can't possibly do you any good with me. You must realize that.
I do realize that all too well. Whatever you do too late.
What do you mean, too late?
Well, you'll call the governor. You'll always call the governor, but it'll always be too late. I'd appreciate it if once the call would come through on time, because maybe if I got a stay of execution, I'd wake up from this thing. You're not real, Mr. Ritchie. You're a character in a dream I'm having. A nightmare.
I don't believe you. I don't even come close to believing you. What you're saying doesn't make any sense.
Dreams don't have to make sense. When was I sentenced? What day?
Not too long ago.
Yeah, but what day? What day is today?
It's Sunday, of course. Everybody knows that executions take place at 12:01 a.m. Monday.
Well, I got sentenced earlier today, didn't I? Didn't I? Well, what court does business on a Sunday, Mr. Ritchie?
You didn't get sentenced earlier today. This is just more of your dream craziness. Maybe you really think you got sentenced today. I don't know.
Then why don't you get him out of here, Richie? Let him cop an insanity plea.
Because this is not insanity. It's just some sort of a trick. You were proven to be mentally sound. You're a very good actor, Grant, but it just won't work. Stop it! If this is just a dream, why don't you wake yourself up, huh? Go ahead. Wake yourself up!
Don't you think I've tried? I've pinched myself. I've poured cold water on my face. I lit a match. I burned my palm. It just doesn't work. You know, I try to break up the sequence of events. I remember once I attacked you in here. I thought I could do something that would force you to make me wake up. It doesn't work. Nothing works. I can't get off the track. It just keeps going on and on and on.
Nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
Is it? What about your wife?
What about my wife?
Her name's Carol, isn't it? It's always Carol.
How do you know who she is?
Because she's the only character in the dream that doesn't change, and because in real life she's my sister. She wants to see me hang, right? But do you know why? Because she hates me. We've always hated each other. Even as kids, we never got along. Why? I don't know. Brothers and sisters are just like that, I guess.
Of all the devious... You deserve to die, you know that?
No! I must think I deserve to die. I must have done something in real life that makes me keep having these dreams over and over again. Something I feel guilty about, but for the life of me, I don't know what it is.
You're insidious. That's what you are. I don't believe a word you're saying, not a word.
Well, why don't we put on some Johnny Mathis, some Al Jarreau, maybe some Bobby Short.
No! Guard! Guard! Get me out of here!
Maybe we can build a fire in the fireplace. You believe me now, don't you, Mr. Ritchie? Oh! You've got to help me. You've got to. Please, you're the only chance I've got left. I can't keep going through this any longer, Mr. Ritchie, please! Mr. Ritchie! Mr. Ritchie!
Tell me, Miss Jacobs, how does it feel to defend somebody like Adam Grant? Someone who so obviously did what he was convicted of.
Every defendant, no matter what crime he or she has been charged with, has the right to counsel. I should think you would have learned that by now, having lived so long with your husband. How many years have you been married, Mrs. Ritchie?
Why do you want to know?
Just curious. How many years?
Look at me, damn it! Look at me! I ain't no dream. I'm real. Look at my arms, my hands. I'm real, Grant. I'm real.
What happened?
Where have you been?
Where do you think I've been?
All this time?
There's a bad fog out. It was slow coming home. I could hardly see.
What happened?
Nothing. Mr. Grant is going to hang as scheduled.
What did he say?
He's sticking to his idea that this is all a dream. It's the damnedest thing I've ever heard of. Look at us. We're flesh and blood. We can touch, feel, see. We're intelligent. We can think and talk. We have memories. What? What is it?
You can't kill him. Listen to me, you fools. You can't kill him. What? For sake, you can't do this.
Is there anything you wish to say, my son, in the few moments remaining to you?
Hello, Dad. I was wondering when you'd show up.
Most people call me Father.
What's your last name, Father?
Grant, like you. A coincidence.
Yeah, no coincidence. You're my father. In real life, you're dead. You have been for years.
Perhaps we should pray.
There's no need for that.
There's always a need for prayer, my son.
Maybe in the real world, not in a nightmare.
You feel detached from reality.
I am detached. Nobody believes me.
I believe him. You gotta believe him, too.
Ask for God's forgiveness, Adam. It's the only way.
What about your forgiveness, Dad? Do you forgive me?
For what?
For whatever I did that makes you keep coming back to haunt me. You played the judge last time.
God is the only real judge, Adam.
Don't take him. You don't understand. He's what's keeping us all alive.
He's crazy. He's crazy as a loon. Can't you see that?
Look, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know who to believe. All I know is I am scared. Mark, I'm scared.
You can at least get a stay of execution. I know you can do that.
Do something.
You still think he's acting? Is that it? Okay, maybe he is acting. And maybe it is just a coincidence that neither of you can remember the date you got married, or how long you've been married, or if you even got married.
Hello, this is Mark Ritchie. Yes, the district attorney. I want to speak to the governor right away. It's a matter of life and death.
Adam Grant, do you have any last words? If so, speak them now. Very well.
Come on. Yes, this is Ritchie. I'm sorry, Governor. There's no time to explain. He's calling now.
Adam. Adam, the jurors.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, have you reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
What is the verdict?
We find the defendant, Adam Grant, guilty of murder in the first degree.
The defendant will rise. The defendant will rise.
Adam, you have to stand.
Adam Grant, you have been tried by a jury of your peers and found guilty. Is there anything you wish to say before sentence is passed? Very well. It is the sentence of this court that for the brutal and despicable crime of murder in the first degree, you be hanged by the neck until dead.
Currency in order to foot the bills for the new government. In this case, the anti-federalists were landowners who favored paper in order to pay off their own... Deliverance, it would seem, is at hand. We'll pick this up on Monday. Remember, midterm essays are due on the 29th. Any topic, but it must be a contemporary issue. In other words, don't bother to shell out $10 for warmed-over papers on the black market. Well, since this is Harvard, perhaps I should say the gray market.
Dr. Fitzgerald?
Yes, Mr. Rosen.
Since you did say any topic, I thought I might do my 1,500 words on President Kennedy's speech tomorrow.
Speech?
Yes, sir, in Dallas, at the Trademark. It's being carried on live radio, and I thought I might do an analysis on it, if that's okay with you, sir.
Yes, Mr. Rosen, that would be fine. You go right ahead.
Well, that's a splendid paper, Joe, in the New Heritage. I can't say I agree with all your conclusions, but you're always a delight to read.
Thank you, Paul. Nice of you to say so.
Kate, I wasn't expecting you for another month.
Well, this isn't a formal status report. It's just a friendly visit. I wondered how you were doing. After all, it's been almost 2 whole hours since my last visit.
Strange. You spend months, sometimes years at a time, back here in the past, separated from your family. But when you get back to them, it's only a few hours. I'll never get used to it.
It's equally hard to leave the past behind. It's hard to give up a whole second life that you've created for yourself. You've made friends, probably fell in love.
Not me. How can you get close to people when you can't really tell them what you think? When you can't say that your favorite flavor of ice cream, for God's sake, won't be invented for the next 150 years. Sometimes I feel like an eternal observer, doomed always to watch, never to participate, always detached, always remote.
Every field historian goes through this sometime or another.
I know, but it's just so damn frustrating. I spent 3 years studying John Kennedy and his times. I even met him at a reception for McGeorge Bundy, but I never really got to know him.
You have a Chinese view of ancestor worship.
Kate, I did not create this project just because this man was an ancestor of mine. These are arguably some of the most turbulent times America ever saw.
You don't have to go to Dallas tomorrow. You know that?
Kate, this is my project. I got the funding. I'm the one who spent the last 3 years here. I'll see this through to the end. It's just that I never really got to know him. And now I've got to go watch him.
Ken, what's that?
It's family keepsake. It's a good luck charm.
Dated 1 year after your destination. Against policy.
But not strictly enforced. Kate, give me a break, please. Let me have my own particular form of ancestor worship.
Well, have a safe trip to Dallas, Joseph. Sai Jen, La Pung Yo. Sai Jen.
What'd you say? Well, guess I'll ask you about that in 200 years. Might as well get this over with.
Computer scanning.
Systems check. Holographic recorder operational.
Operational.
Emergency homing device.
Operational. Should ring become separated from temporal wrist controls, wearer of ring will be automatically returned to point of departure 2172 AD.
Where in Sam Hill did you come from?
Cambridge.
Treasury 1 to Treasury 2. Do you copy?
This is Treasury 2. I copy. Are the President and the First Lady unhurt?
Affirmative, Treasury 2. President and First Lady are unhurt. Repeat, unhurt. All units, rendezvous Love Field, 1400 hours. Do you copy, Treasury 2?
All right. I copy. Thanks, Ted. Treasury 2 over and out.
Looks like Mr. Rosen will get to do his essay after all.
Pardon me?
Nothing. I check out as an upstanding citizen.
And then some. You didn't tell me you knew Secretary of Defense McNamara.
I don't really. I met him once or twice in Harvard functions. That's all.
Seems he's a big fan of yours. Admired some article you wrote, applying mathematical games theory to historical analysis. You were in Dallas to hear the president's speech, I take it?
Yes, and record him for my class at Harvard.
Baby must have some telephoto lens on it for you to have seen a gunman from that distance, hmm?
Actually, no. All I saw was a glint of sun on metal. I guess I panicked.
It's damn lucky you did. Otherwise, this country might be in mourning right now.
I hope you don't mind my asking, Mr. Livingston, but exactly where are we going?
You met the president before, Professor?
Only in passing.
Well, he recognized your name. Wanted to meet with you after his speech. He's cutting short a trip to Texas. Everyone's fairly rattled by the shooting. We're scheduled to rendezvous with him at Love Field in about 20 minutes.
Governor, thank you very much. See you again.
Mr. President, I believe you've met Dr. Joseph Fitzgerald. This is the man who saved your life this morning.
Dr. Fitzgerald, Harvard and I are in your debt.
The honor's mine, Mr. President.
I've been wanting to meet you for some time now, although I hadn't anticipated the circumstances. Bob McNamara showed me some of your articles. Very good.
Mr. President, I'm afraid I won't be heading back just yet. The damnedest thing, a couple of the meanest-looking tornadoes you ever saw just blew into the state. One of them just ripped right through downtown Austin. The other one's headed here. I better stay and see what I can do.
Yeah.
Tornadoes?
Yes, I'll take care of your people, Lyndon. Let me know how I can help.
Yes, sir.
All right, come along, Professor. Even I can't keep the Air Force waiting all day.
Come along? To Washington?
We'd be honored to have you as a guest for dinner tonight at the White House. Tomorrow morning, we can have you on a plane back to Cambridge, if you like.
I'd love to. Mr. President, thank you.
Jack. Men who saved my life call me Jack.
What are you thinking about?
Strange feeling. Being shot at. In the war, it was different. Impersonal. They weren't shooting at you, really. Just the uniform.
Maybe whoever shot at you wasn't shooting at you, but the office you represent.
That may be. But nobody ever shot at Eisenhower. You sure you're no relation to old Honey Fitz, my grandfather?
No, I don't think so.
It's too bad. According to the press, if you had been a relative, there might have been a place for you in my cabinet.
You like fencing with the press, don't you?
You take your fun where you can. God knows there's little enough of it in the job itself. When you're campaigning, it's easy enough to get caught up in the excitement of it all. Politics, easy to convince yourself that it's all a game, an invigorating game. At days like today, you know damn well it's not a game. Days like today, days like April 17th, 1961.
Bay of Pigs.
Damn stupid idea. I should never have gone along with it. Never. Suddenly, I wasn't just politicking. I was responsible for men's lives. It was like having my PT boat sunk again. Only this time, I couldn't do anything to save them. You know, my father drummed into us when we were growing up that you needed power to get anything done. Power. But after Berlin and the missile crisis, I don't know. No one man should have that much power. No one man should have to have it.
You are way ahead of your time. It will probably take another century before people see it that way.
If people see it 100 years from now, it will have been worth the wait.
Excuse me, Mr. President. There's a radio phone call for you from Defense Secretary McNamara.
Excuse me.
Oh, and Dallas police called. They've captured a man named Lee Oswald. They're charging him with attempted murder. They believe he's the one who fired him.
Carefully. I've placed our strategic forces on yellow alert. I want you to set up an emergency cabinet meeting for tonight at 7. Rusk is on a plane to Japan. See if you can get him back. I want Taylor, Bundy, and Sorensen. Yeah, and Bobby.
Is it anything you can tell me about?
Well, it's nothing that won't be on Huntley Brinkley in about an hour and a half, unfortunately. Russian troops just captured West Berlin. Soviet premier is demanding that we pull our forces out of the rest of Germany, holding West Berlin as hostage.
But, Khrushchev would never do that.
Premier Khrushchev was assassinated today. Joe, we're going to have to give you a rain check on that dinner. Feel free to stay the night. In fact, I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist on it. Security precaution.
Oh, yes, Mr. President, I understand.
So there'll be a full staff meeting in
Oh, my camera. Where's my camera?
Not in the car?
Make sure all the men are assigned to that.
I must have left it on Air Force One. Don't worry, Mr. Fitzgerald. We'll have it delivered to you before you leave.
Yes,
Fine, Mr. Livingston. Thank you very much.
Right this way, sir.
Initial effect of intervention in Kennedy assassination. Time distortion caused by interference in history. Subsequent pressure release by tornadoes at intervention site. Insufficient to counterbalance temporal damage.
Compute to the extent of damage in the time stream.
Massive tears in the fabric of time. Temporal rift of unprecedented proportions. Temporary stabilization achieved by Khrushchev assassination. Long-range projection. Continued temporal distortion, increasing geometrically the longer this timeline remains in existence.
Give me the worst and the best case outcomes in this timeline, with assigned probabilities.
Worst case scenario, nuclear exchange between the superpowers results in total annihilation of biosphere. Probability 77%. Best case scenario, surrender of Western Europe within 6 years. Military costs collapse Soviet economy. Soviets blackmail West for food, culminating in agrobacterial war. Result, total annihilation of biosphere within century. Probability, 12%.
You mean there's only 11% possibility of avoiding total war in this timeline?
0%. 11% includes all other scenarios leading to total annihilation of biosphere.
Since this timeline's not viable, give me all options for repairing the original timeline.
There exists only one viable option. The Kennedy presidency must end as history originally recorded.
Oh, dear God. What have I done?
Yes, General, what is it?
Sir, one of our NATO B-52s en route to Berlin is under attack by Soviet MiGs. The pilot is requesting permission to return fire. What shall we tell him, sir? Mr. President?
Yes, General.
Sir, what are your orders?
You tell the pilot to defend himself.
Yes, Mr. President. God bless you, sir.
God bless us all, General.
Remarkable. In my years with the Treasury, I've never seen a counterfeit this faithful to Mint's standards. Whoever did that is an artist.
Then it is a counterfeit. It's not something our Mint has in the works for next year?
No, of course not. How could it be? Other countries stamp reigning sovereigns on their coins, but it's against U.S. policy to mint the image of any living person.
Could it be a practical joke of some sort? Or a prototype of a campaign handout? Maybe one of the president's brothers or the Republicans?
I doubt it. I mean, they'd have to know that it was a felony. What about this Fitzgerald? You're sure his credentials are solid, huh?
Maybe a little too pat. All of his papers are in all the right places, but I can't find anybody that knows him or knew him before he started teaching at Harvard. That's too damn convenient. He's Johnny on the spot to save the president's life. He loses a coin that shouldn't exist. He's got 3 of the president's family names. Well, he even looks like he could be a relative, for God's sakes. And with a crisis coming on that's possibly more dangerous than Cuba, the president's confiding in a stranger like he's a long-lost brother. If you ask me, this Dr. Fitzgerald could very easily be a Soviet sleeper.
Ray, I find that hard to believe.
Sir, I can't think of a better way to get an agent closer to the president than to set up an assassination attempt and have your man save the president's life.
Hey, well, what about this coin? Now, what Russian agent carries around a patently phony and illegal coin and then loses it aboard Air Force One, for God's sake?
Then there's the camera.
What about it? I got one just like it for Christmas last year.
With all respect, sir, I don't think you did. I've had metallurgists at Defense going over it all night long. Not only can't they take it apart, they can't even open it up. It's made of some sort of weird alloy they've never even seen before. It's harder than steel. It's impervious to X-rays. It's like nothing we have in development.
Get Fitzgerald in here now. Joe, I'll be brief about this. This coin. Where'd you get it?
Mr. President, you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Oh, after the events of the last 24 hours, Professor, I think I might believe almost anything. Damn it, Joe, I don't have time for mysteries. I've got a B-52 over East Germany I haven't heard from in 3 hours. And thousands of Americans at risk in West Berlin. The Russians won't answer the hotline. I may be looking at another Cuba, so cut the crap and tell me where you got the bloody coin.
It's, been in my family for over 200 years.
Dr. Fitzgerald, I'm afraid that answer does strain my credulity.
Easy, Professor.
This is not a weapon, I assure you. I'm a historian, Mr. President. Sent here from over 200 years in your future to record and observe the events of your era. If you like, I can show you some holographic tapes of other eras, other time periods.
I don't think that'll be necessary. Oh, God help me, I think I believe him.
Mr. President, I believe Secret Service rules prohibit an agent from drinking while on duty.
Permission granted to go off duty. For all of us, Ray. We are related, aren't we? You're, one of my descendants.
Yes, I am. To your health.
All right. You're from the future. Why did you choose this moment to make contact with me just now? To observe how I would react to this Berlin crisis?
No. I didn't know about that.
You didn't know? How could you not know? 1964. Oh, my God. You came to Dallas to witness an assassination, didn't you? Dear God in heaven. Khrushchev, Soviet invasion, none of this was supposed to happen, was it?
The fabric of time has been bent, distorted beyond its normal shape.
And this Berlin crisis would be the end of the world, wouldn't it? Is there any way to undo the damage? Yes. Now, I have to go back, don't I?
Mr. President, you can't.
Joe, you'll do this for me. We Kennedys always solve our problems within the family. Joe, if the family goes on.
Oh, yes. And more than that. In my future, we have seen the realization of your greatest dreams. We have eliminated tyranny, war, poverty, and we've moved out among the stars. Due in large part to that first step you made back in 1961.
Thank you for telling me that, Joe. I see no point in putting this off.
If there's anyone you'd like to say goodbye to.
I wouldn't be able to leave them if I did. And they wouldn't remember anyway, would they? Hey, what do you want me to do?
Put this. put this on.
Mr. President, let me.
Ray, it's my boat.
Warning, homing device activated and return to point of origin 217.
What's going on?
You took an oath, didn't you, to protect the president's life? Well, you and I still have work to do. We're going back. But before that, I need to make a few changes.
Something wrong, Doctor?
Wrong? No, nothing wrong at all.
This release of the body.
Dr. Fitzgerald wasn't the only one with a second life in the past.
You people knew what was going to happen?
Some of us do our research in the even farther future. Dr. Fitzgerald never knew his destiny. No man or woman ever does.
What about me? Couldn't my memories change the future somehow?
No one can change history. Even the act of traveling in time is a part of history. Dr. Fitzgerald's actions were simply a part of what was. So your memories won't change the future. Because they didn't. Last time I saw him, I couldn't.
Arthur, not now, please.
Oh, come on, but don't be like that, honey. I'll have the car fixed for you tomorrow, for sure.
Yes, that's what you said yesterday. For sure. Your dinner's ready.
Well, you're not eating?
I'm not hungry.
I'll go. Honey, did you send for something?
No.
Well, we got a package, and it's addressed to both of us, and there's no return address. Well, that's strange. Here, why don't you open it? What is it?
I have no idea.
There's a note on the bottom. Mr. Stewart will call on you at 8 p.m. I won't be here.
And I'm supposed to let some stranger into my home at night?
Well, honey, we've got neighbors on both sides of us and upstairs. What could happen to you?
Obviously, you couldn't care.
Norma, come on! Look, you are surrounded by people! Talk to the man. At least find out what all this is about.
Harry, you're the guy I want to see. Your coach has heard all about you. Yeah, he's followed every game, and his mouth's watering. He wants me to find out if you're going to come along with us.
Yeah, well, I got to make some dough first.
Well, you better make it fast. We need great eggs like you. Not broken down old guys like this one, huh? George, welcome back.
Mrs. Lewis, my name is Stewart. I assume you found the button unit.
The what?
The button unit. The box we left on your doorstep.
Yeah, we found it.
May I come in? Lovely home you have, Mrs. Lewis.
What, are you kidding?
Is your husband home?
He works nights.
Really?
Yeah, really.
May I sit? This won't take much of your time. Inside this envelope is my card and the key that unlocks the dome of the button unit. Fits into this slot in the side, like so. In this way, you can push the button.
So?
So, when you push the button, two things will happen. First, someone whom you do not know will die.
You're kidding.
It's an unexpected idea. It takes some getting used to. But let me finish. So the person who dies will be someone you don't even know. And then afterward, you will receive $200,000 tax-free. And that's all there is to it.
Hi, honey. What are you doing up so late? What's wrong?
I wanted to talk to you.
Well, great. Wait right there. I'll get a beer. So this guy, did he come?
He brought the key to unlock the top.
So what's it all about?
If we open the top and push the button, somewhere someone who we don't know will die, and we will collect $200,000.
You're kidding. That's what he said? Well, it must be some kind of joke.
He was very serious about it.
Well, then it's a trick. What, this guy with a company or something?
He said he couldn't tell me that. He just kept repeating over and over and over again. The person who died would be someone you don't know.
That's disgusting.
Oh, what's so disgusting about it?
What's so... Wait, you mean to say you think it's okay?
I think it's weird. But ever since he left, I've been wondering, you know? I mean, what is this? Some kind of survey or something? To see who will and who won't
push it?
Well, we won't push it.
Oh, come on. Thousands of people die every day all over the world, Arthur.
Norma, what do you think? You think you're going to press this button and this Mr. Stewart of yours is going to pick up the phone and somebody's going to go out and kill somebody and then Stewart's going to come here and give you $200,000? I mean, think about it, Norma. It's stupid.
I don't know what I think. It's such an awful lot of money.
It's murder.
Oh, come on. I mean, what if it was some old Chinese peasant or something? Or someone with cancer?
What if it's somebody's newborn baby? Hold this. Hold it. There's nothing inside. There's no radio, no computer, nothing. You push the button and nothing happens. Nobody dies. No $200,000. I'm going to throw this away. If this Mr. Stewart comes back, you tell him he can find his box in the city dump. I don't damn well believe it.
He said he'd be back for it, Arthur. He said the units are reprogrammed and used over again.
Fine. Great. While you're at it, why don't you push that damn button? Because that's why you really went out there and got it again.
I am just going to fix it.
No. Push it, Norma. You like the idea so much, push it. Kill somebody.
Don't be an idiot. Go have your shower, and I'll make eggs.
Honey, the car's fixed.
That's great, dear.
Drive it easy the first few hundred miles. We don't want it to blow out again. Did you push it?
What?
No. What's for dinner?
No, I completely forgot.
You've been sitting here staring at this box all day, haven't you?
It just doesn't seem fair. You know, telling us we could have all that money. Make us think about it.
Why don't you push it and get it off your mind? Nothing's gonna happen anyway.
Mr. Stewart made it sound so simple. But it isn't simple, is it?
Well?
I'm gonna push it.
No, don't.
No. I've thought about it. And I'm gonna push it.
Honey, please. Don't play this stupid game. It gives me the creeps.
I'm gonna push it.
Good morning. I've come to take the button unit back. You did push it last night. Only one push to a customer.
How did you know?
Really, Mrs. Lewis? Did you think we wouldn't know?
Well, did somebody... Did someone...
Die?
Yeah.
Of course. There's $200,000 in the briefcase. I'll wait while you count it if you like. Well, you must be Mr. Lewis. How do you do?
So, what happens now?
Why, you spend the money. And I hope you enjoy it. The button unit will be reprogrammed and offered to someone else with the same terms and conditions.
Wait, someone else?
Yes. I can assure you it will be offered to someone whom you don't know. Good day.
It's a letter to my mother. I suppose you don't have one.
The party is all the family I need by now.
What now, Ulyanov? Are you going to shoot me?
Much worse, Ivan. This time we're sending you to the Gulag. You sent for us, comrade?
I see by your report that the dissident Ivanovich has been apprehended.
This afternoon.
This was not his first offense for contacts with Western agents. We could have had him shot, correct?
He deserved no less, Comrade Minister.
Ulyanov?
We also have the option of exile, where he may reflect on his errors and be of use someday.
Ivanovich is well known as a go-between for Western agents and certain dissident factions. His execution would serve as a vivid warning.
An execution it shall be. Prepare the necessary papers for my signature.
At once, Comrade Minister.
Careful of that one, Ulanov. He has friends in high places and the arrogance to match. I know.
Two party officials dead. The local party secretary and our own investigator.
Look at the location.
North of Vorkuta. That's beyond the Arctic Circle.
Yes. In the heart of the Gulag, party officials are dying. Mysteriously. Doesn't that whet your curiosity, comrade?
Perhaps Comrade Vladimir would be anxious for an assignment such as this.
But I already told you. Vladimir has friends in high places. You have no such friends, Ulanov. Throughout your entire career, you have refused to cultivate them. Now all we have to refer to is your record for efficiency. A very impressive record, to be sure, but one in which it is very hard to read between the lines, to see the real man. That is how you always wanted it to be. Is it not, comrade?
Yonov?
Yes, you must be Povin.
I am Party Secretary Povin.
I hope you haven't been waiting long.
No, not long.
What time is it, Comrade Povin?
It's almost midday.
Is this as light as it gets?
I'm afraid so. We never even see the sun between October and April.
The checkist.
Gypsy music is forbidden in Moscow. Therefore, on behalf of the Central Committee, I order you to cease playing this decadent, superstitious trash. The next time you're in Moscow.
Typical party snobs. Comrade Secretary, does your party no longer respect age and protocol?
Colonel Ulyanov, this is Titov, the village mayor.
Oh, welcome to our humble community. We offer you the traditional bread and salt and all the charms of the Siberian winter.
Thanks, comrade. Unfortunately, my visit will not be a long one. I merely wish to investigate the deaths of Secretary Borisov and Officer Andreev.
What is there to investigate? Borisov was torn apart by wolves, and Andreev cut his own throat.
I trust I will have the full cooperation of you and your fellow citizens.
We're at your disposal. You must realize, however, that we have little. Moscow makes many demands on our poor village.
Moscow makes demands on us all. If you'll excuse us. Is this village home for you, Povin?
No, I was born in Vorkuta, about 98 kilometers to the south. There's not much difference. You know, in Vorkuta we have a saying, 12 months out of year we have winter. The rest of the time we have the summer.
I'll come to your office in an hour. You'll have all of your files in order for me when I arrive, of course.
Yes.
Meanwhile, I have to get used to the idea of darkness at noon.
Nalia, where are you? You catch cold.
Yes,
Have we met? What's your name?
my name is Valentina. Valentina Orlova. But I'm sure we have not met.
No, I think you're right. But you look familiar to me. Even your name is familiar.
Do you say that to all the women exiles, Comrade Colonel?
Borisov Vladimir Valentinovich, your predecessor, a party secretary, age 43, found dead 6 weeks ago, Cause of death? Wolves. Andrei Yuri Arkipovich, age 52, a major in the Committee for State Security, found dead 11 days ago. Cause of death, suicide. Mayor Chitov, sentenced to 30 years internal exile for illegally distributing Bibles. Here's one, given strict regime for anti-state activity. No murderers or thieves, I see. Povin, show me the file on a citizen named Valentina Orlova.
Wait, it may not be that easy. I have not been here long enough to locate all of the files. It may take a while.
You have another more pressing engagement?
Of course. Sure. I love Valentina. One moment, please. I could... here. Yes.
Yes, this is the woman. Valentina Orlova, exiled by Stalin 50 years ago. 50 years ago? Do you know this woman? Povin, have you spoken to her?
No, Yes, I know this woman you're talking about. Sure. She is a descendant of Valentina Orlova. Her daughter.
By the look of it, mother and daughter have much in common. Everything, I would say. I think it's time we had a look around. I want to see the bodies. Block of ice. Now, I understand why you insisted on bringing the hot water. Give it to me. Where was the body found?
In the woods behind the old church. The body was brought here in strict accordance with the procedures. We cannot bury bodies until the spring.
What about Borisov?
Borisov's remains were sent south to Vorkuta.
Jeez. No blood in the wound. This man's throat was cut after he was killed. Well, comrades, doesn't that fill you with curiosity? Perhaps I should visit the place where the body was found. This church must be over 300 years old. You see how small the onion-shaped dome is, how it had to be supported. Must be very beautiful inside.
Yeah, for many years after the revolution, this relic of Romanov decadence was used as a stable. Now it's been boarded up and forgotten.
Forgotten, you say, Mayor Titov?
Uh-huh.
Then these footprints that seem to go in and out of the entrance, they must be all but forgotten, too.
This is where we found Andreev's body. That patch of red snow.
He was already frozen.
No signs of a struggle, it seems. Did anyone happen to find a knife? A razor or a sickle, maybe? No. I find it very hard to believe that even a Czechist is clever enough to cut his own throat without some sort of a knife. Especially after he's already bled to death. What about Borisov?
This way.
It's coming close.
Maybe we should go back.
Hear that? Someone's in trouble. Come on.
No, let me take care of this. Please.
No. What happened to me?
A bit of bad luck. You ran into a low branch in the dark. It happens all the time in these woods.
Boy. I must talk to Boy.
You'll have plenty of time to talk later.
Why am I not dead like Borisov and Andreev? Tell me, is it common around here to see a beautiful young woman feeding on a wolf she just killed?
You're feverish.
Don't patronize me, Tito!
What would happen if you were to suffer the same fate as Borisov and Andreev?
Moscow would probably send a detachment of the militia.
Exactly. That's why I plan to assist you in your investigation in any way that I can. I want to send you back to Moscow satisfied. What?
Vorvalika. The undead. Creatures who drink the blood of other creatures and live forever. An old Romanian legend.
Old Romanian nonsense, you mean?
Is it? It's time for you to show me what you're hiding in your church, Comrade Mayor.
They are empty, Comrade Colonel. Because it is dark outside.
What are you? Vorvalika, vampire, or a murderer pretending to be one?
Why don't you ask Povin?
Povin? What have you done to him?
They have done nothing, Colonel Uyonov. Nothing I did not want them to do. I am one of them by my own choosing.
Why?
One needs to be very strong to survive in Siberia. But now I have the strength to endure the terrible hardships that this country exacts on us. To endure. And perhaps, my friend, to thrive.
Titov. They came here during the war.
Driven across the countryside, farther and farther from their homeland, where they were being slaughtered like gypsies. At first we were afraid, and we tried to destroy them too. But then we realized that we had much in common. We are all exiles here, Ulyanov. We protect them during the summer when they sleep here in our church. They watch over us in the dark of winter, saving us from predators, taking blood from the wolves when they can, robbers and murderers when they must. There is no need for them to feed on us.
This is... They protect you. You protect them.
And who protects you, Colonel? We welcome the chance to feed on any commissar.
Valentina!
Why do we wait? It's obvious he's just like the others. You should have let us kill him in the woods today.
I let you have Borisov and Andreev because they were no more than animals. But this man, I believe, has a capacity to understand our arrangement. And hopefully goodwill, good sense to let us be.
Fool. You see what you want, not what is. He's KGB. He must die.
Believe me, I'm safe from them. No, I don't believe you.
I knew a wolf would get to me. One day.
Quiet. We'll take you inside where it's warm.
I'm warm. Already.
Now you can tear me apart. He's out of your way. Destroy me like the others.
This wasn't supposed to happen.
And what was supposed to happen? Your safe haven is no more. must know it is gone. After me will come the others. And eventually they'll win. They always win. When I was younger, I thought I could fight them. I thought I could make a difference. But for every life I saved, another 2 would be forfeit. And of late, I cannot even save that one life.
And if you had a weapon, something to fight them with.
I'm too old, comrade. Too old to make a difference.
But if you could, what if you had the strength to fight? And the ability to draw others to your cause? To fight them from within?
You talk of treason.
No more than a treason against the Russian people. By everybody, from the Tsars to the Chekists. Here, comrade, here is the real Russia. The old beliefs, the primal strength. That strength could be yours. Yours. To help right all the wrongs, all the sufferings of the people through the centuries. Do you dare to partake of that strength, comrade?
The matter has been completely resolved, comrade.
This mayor, this Titov, he must have been quite an impudent fellow.
More than impudent. He was a liar and a murderer and a traitor to the state.
And the new party secretary up there, what did you say his name was again?
Povin.
Povin, yeah. You feel he can maintain order now that you have left?
Povin was indispensable to me in my investigation. I feel he is more than qualified to serve the Soviet Union ably and honorably in his current position.
Good. Well done, comrade. I'm only sorry we don't have more like you here.
You will, comrade. You will.
Often, the most perplexing mysteries have the simplest solutions. The most complex questions, the simplest answers. Sometimes we seek long and hard, only to find the solutions and answers lie right before us. In a reference book under T for the Twilight Zone.
Wiley Whitlow, where the devil did you come from?
My farm. Walk.
You walked all this way from your place?
Anything to get out of that house. I got a daughter getting married in 2 weeks.
I know what you mean. Got 2 daughters of my own. Tell you what, you give me a hand getting this tire on where it belongs, and I'll give you a lift back.
Don't need no lift back.
It's got to be 5 or 6 miles, even cutting across the fields like you did.
Mr. Henrys, would you mind coming over here a minute?
Yeah, Wiley?
Over here.
Washington?
Hi. Edward Sayers.
Where are the others?
What others?
When I called Senator Westphalen and explained the urgency of the situation, I thought for sure he'd send a team.
I'm afraid I'm the team.
Doesn't he understand what's going on
Look,
here?
this lab kit may look like it only weighs 60 pounds, but it actually weighs closer to 80. Do you think we could go wherever it is we're going so that I could set it down?
Sorry. Come on.
Thanks. As I understand it, the first few cases weren't that unusual. The town derelict and some of his cronies.
Then it started spreading. First it was the farmers, then a couple people who worked at the bank, then the mayor. It's over 25 people now.
And there's no working profile? All age groups, all races, all income brackets? They just suddenly started going...
Crazy. Insane. This morning it was my father.
This is Mr. Strickland?
Uh-huh.
Her father?
Yeah.
Thanks. Hello, Mr. Strickland. My name's Edward Sayers.
Hello, Sayers. I'd like to ask you to sit down, but as you see, my house is being redone.
I'd like to ask you some questions.
Ask anything you want. I'm no gossip. That's what made me a big man in this town.
I met your daughter. She's very nice.
Daughter? I don't have any daughters. I got sons. 9 of them. All big, strapping farmers, just like their old man. Daughter.
Mr. Strickland, what happened this morning? Do you remember?
Yes. Yes, I remember. The milk on my cereal was sour. I had to speak to my wife about it.
Where is your wife?
She's dead. She's been dead about 5 years now.
But you spoke to her this morning about the sour milk.
Well, wouldn't you?
Then what happened?
I went out to get the paper. Damn delivery boy threw it right over the house. Never could find it. And then old Mrs. Hotchkiss stopped by.
Mrs. Hotchkiss's husband used to run the used car lot. About 2 days ago, she came home from the market, found him trying to walk across her clothesline. 72 years old. You don't mind this, do you?
No, not at all.
It's the only station we've got around here.
Do you have any brothers?
No, no sisters either. I'm an only child. Why?
I'm so glad you and your friend could stop by, Amanda. It's been so quiet out here these past couple of days.
And how is your husband, Mrs. Hotchkiss?
I didn't get by the hospital to see him today, but I saw him yesterday. We talked a little. Not much, though.
I saw Amanda's father, Mr. Strickland, earlier today, and he mentioned that you stopped by to see him this morning.
Lemon?
No.
Just a neighborly visit. I went by to ask him about planting marigolds. He has such a green thumb. When I saw him, he seemed perfectly all right to me. There was a woman once whose husband was in a coma. One night, she prayed that if he would come out of it, she would give up a year of her own life. The next morning, he awakened from the coma to find her dead. I guess the moral there is, don't make any deals, and don't ask any questions.
Get something to tie your wrists, Amanda. A towel or something.
Sorry. We found some sandwiches in a vending machine.
Great.
Careful, they're hot. I nuked them in a microwave.
Thanks.
You find anything?
Nothing. In the air or the water. All toxic contents are well below the EPA accepted safe levels.
So it's nothing people breathed or drank.
Doesn't look like it.
No. I've been thinking. Maybe it's a disease. A very contagious disease.
Amanda.
No, it fits. I've been tracing it back. It's like some weird chain letter. Jesse Fielding went insane right after he talked to Sarah Moss. Sarah right after she talked to the mayor, and the mayor had just been to the bank to see Jack Henry's. My dad came down with it after Mrs. Hotchkiss came over, and she had just been to the hospital to see her husband the day before.
A disease. A contagious disease that makes people crazy.
Sweetest rose in Texas and Oklahoma too. She came from red and white. She cried so when I left her. It almost broke her heart. And if
Officer.
we chance to meet again, we'll never ever part.
Look over.
Sweetest little lily that ever bloomed in May. Sprout little green things that grow at night and day.
Here are the results of each patient's initial physical examination. As you'll see, Dr. Benitez found nothing somatically wrong with any of them. Nothing to indicate any exposure to a contagious disease.
Yeah.
It is extremely important that I talk to Dr. Carroll right away. Yes, please, the minute he checks in. You have the number. Thank you. He'll call back. He's the head of my department in Washington. He can authorize a full military quarantine of the whole town, maybe even this whole section of state. How you doing?
Well, using the information we got from the hospital, I've been able to trace back the various lines of who came into contact with whom as far back as I could. Some of the lines dead end. One or two of them come back to the same point of origin, same person. Maybe he's the original source of the virus or whatever it is.
Andrew Potts?
Yeah, local crackpot, 45, 50, lived in Loma Valley all his life. Does odd jobs around. Did odd jobs.
Did?
He's been locked up in the hospital for a couple months now. You know who we should talk to? His brother. They lived together in their folks' place out at the end of Woods Road. He was a college professor, my college professor, as a matter of fact. He taught Far Eastern Studies.
This brother, he hasn't been admitted to the hospital?
No, he hasn't.
How do I get to this Woods Road?
A couple of miles west on the highway. Hey, what about me?
You have to stay here in case my boss calls back.
And what if this Mr. Potts is like the others? Like Mrs. Hotchkiss?
Then I'll set a new land speed record getting held back here. Trust me, I'm no hero.
that was the Tommy Lee Walker Band with their latest out of Nashville, Yellow Hair and Big Blue Eyes. And this is Wild Bill Oakes coming to you from KFEJ Radio 660. National Weather Bureau reports clear skies and warm temperatures today with lows tonight in the high 50s. And now back to music on the Valley's own radio station, KFEJ.
I am Jeffrey Potts.
How do you do? My name's Sayers, Edward Sayers.
Do you like my house, Mr. Sayers?
Well, yes. Yes, I do. Very much. How long have you been working on it?
Oh, 2-3 months now. Ever since I got back.
Back from where?
The Orient. I went to study. I think I was going to write a book. I don't recall exactly, but then I found out, and it really didn't matter anymore.
Found out what?
The meaning, Mr. Sayers, the meaning.
The meaning of what?
Everything. Man's purpose and destiny. Life after death. God. Devil. Existence, everything. And it is so simple. It is all so very simple. You want to know?
Who have you told?
Only my brother. It was supposed to be a secret. But knowing my brother, it probably isn't anymore. Are you sure you wouldn't like to know what it
No.
is? No. Well, you'll be the only one left in town who doesn't. As I have decided it's time for me to share this wonderful secret with all my neighbors.
How?
Well, old Har Faraday down at the radio station is always happy to let a neighbor have a little airtime to say hello to everybody in town.
Remind you all that their new summer festival is going on out at the Apache Reservation all through the month of June. Advance tickets are available through the county agent's office. Prices are adults $12, teens $8, and children under 12 are free. All proceeds this year go to the Apache Reservation School, where they hope to establish in downtown Loma Valley. And a good friend and neighbor to all of us has just stopped by the studio to say howdy to y'all. Well, he'll be talking to us right after this. We're back now, and as I mentioned, a neighbor and friend of all of ours stopped by today, Professor Jeffrey Potts. How are you doing today, Professor?
Well, just fine.
Haven't seen you around town much.
Well, I've been busy doing some work around my house, but I wanted to stop by today to tell all your listeners something.
Okay, shoot.
Well, I thought your listeners would be interested in knowing what the meaning of life is.
Well, I know I've always wanted to know the meaning of life. Sure, Professor, go ahead. Tell us all what the meaning of life is.
Come closer, everybody.
Shut up, America's hottest comedian. Now that you got it in there, what are you going to do with it? Oh, to the people! That must do wonders for the digestion. We'll be right back with Billy Diamond and our special guest star, Shirley MacLaine.
Ciao, Bernie.
that easy, you old gummer.
Pow, 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 pow.
Don't turn around. Just keep going.
What is this? Are you crazy?
No, hungry. Keep driving. Keep your eyes on the road.
Keep my eyes on her when you got a gun in my hand.
That's right. It's a real gun with real bullets. And I bet you bleed real blood, too.
So what do you want?
I was in the audience, Billy. I saw you do the gorilla banana peel routine. That was my routine. You stole it from me. Yeah, that's it. Look for your gun, Billy. Look for it in my hand.
Hey, you're wacko, Dave.
And you're dead if you try that again. Look, man, my wife is pregnant. I'm broke. I'm desperate. I got nothing to lose.
So what do we do now?
Drive to your house. And you give me the money to pay for that hunk of my act you just stole.
I was just trying it out.
You stole it! You did it on TV! I can't use it now. I gotta work up a whole new routine. Stop it! Don't do that! I'll shoot you, man! Stop it! Stop it, man! I will shoot you! Man!
Hey, there you are. Hey, Billy. Come on. Billy! Ah. Mr. Diamond! Hey. Hey, Billy, come on. Let's go. We're late.
Late? Do I know you?
Oh, jeez. I forgot you just got here, right? I'm Max, your new agent.
Oh, you must be that new guy at the Morris office.
No, I'm from here.
Here, but where?
Come on, the stage is up this way.
The stage? What is this place? If you're not from the Morris office, you're not my agent. They represent me all over the world.
Yeah, but only all over the world, not here, okay? Now, look, you're gonna need your A material, probably the schizo sketch. What? What?
You telling me I'm dead?
Hey, it's no big deal. Everybody around here is. I don't know why people are so surprised. Look, don't worry about it. It happens to everybody, okay? Now, look, the band's starting to tune up. You got to get out there and audition.
Audition? Hey, I don't do auditions. I'm America's hottest comic. I don't audition.
Well, you better do this one. There's a lot riding on it.
Like what?
Like where you spend eternity. Okay, there it is. Now, gotta get out there and get those laughs, Billy. Get them any way you can. Knock them dead!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, devil or angels, whoever you are. Hope you checked your wings and pitchforks at the door. There'll be no flying or pitchfork throwing during the performance. Thank you very much. I wish I knew a little more heaven and hell jokes. It's always good to know a little local humor. Is the big guy out there? Guess not. I can just see him now, creating another new universe. I've probably got it down pat by now. But seriously, folks... Hey, the Duke out there? He isn't out there, is he? Hey, listen, buddy. If there's anything that I do that you think is remotely funny, you'll let me know, right? I mean, you'll send me a telegram or something, huh? Yeah. I know what this is. This is a charity performance for the deaf, dumb, and blind. Am I right? Yeah, I was a transsexual one time, but I got over it. I went to Transsexuals Anonymous. I went to a meeting and two people showed up of the opposite sex, and I was both of them. Hey, look, listen. Kill the symbols already, will you? Kill them. What do you think this is? The Catskills in the 50s, huh? So, what do you want? More traditional stuff, ethnic humor? What is it?
Tell us about the time you put the girl in the hospital.
Terrific. A heckler, and just when things were going so swell.
Come on, tell us about the time you put the girl in the hospital.
Hey, look, this is a show, entertainment. You don't want to hear about me beating up a hooker. like sick jokes, huh? I give you a sick joke. There were these two beautiful Siamese twins. They go into the polo lounge, you see, and this agent with a wooden leg, he hobbles over to them, right? You boo the polo lounge?
Why did you leave the girl in the room? Why didn't you call an ambulance?
I have my reputation to think about. Look, I'm not proud of it. I got a bad temper, especially when I'm high. Which is more often than not. Well, let's face it, I'm a drunk.
But what happened to the girl?
Nothing.
The truth.
I broke her jaw in 3 places. She had to have surgery.
Dave. You know Dave. The guy who tried to shoot you? The one who caused the accident?
Is he out here somewhere?
Tell us about him.
What's to tell? He was a struggling young comic. Worse, he was a married struggling young comic.
How did you meet him?
One of the comedy clubs. He came up to me and asked me for some advice, so I gave it to him. He showed me his act, and I gave him a few pointers, and there were a couple of bits in there that I borrowed.
Borrowed?
I stole. I stole his whole act!
You mean you didn't pay him anything for it?
No! Why should I? Hey, it's his word against mine. He was too shy. He had never performed his act in a club before. No, he was what you call easy pickings. And that was funny.
Wait till they hear how your mother died.
No! Look, my mother wasn't exactly wonderful. She was always complaining about everything. So I kicked her out of the house, and she went back to live in Philly. It was pretty cold in Philly that winter. Mom got sick. Very sick. Mom died. Natural causes.
Natural?
All right, hypothermia, the doctor called it. She froze to death. Are you satisfied?
Did you hear that? You're a hit, kid. You killed them. You killed them.
It killed me. I think I'm gonna be sick.
Oh, so what? They loved your act.
It wasn't my act they loved, it was me. I don't love me. I don't even like me. I'm a lousy person.
Whatever. Okay, look, from now on you're gonna be a busy person. I got your book solid.
Where?
Here, 3 shows a night, 7 nights a week.
Doing what?
What you just did. Your life story, word for word. I never heard such laughs in this room.
You mean each night I gotta go out there and tell about all the rotten things I've done in my life? Again and again? Over and over? Forever?
Hey, forever's a long time, kid.
Alphabet, from A to G, are all here met.
Sworn are we to devilry, high-blown words and revelry.
Dionysus Everulus, Andrew, Brian, and Cornelius.
May Apollo gild our chant. Diva, Eli, Frederick, Grant.
To this, our names we do affix. November
1876.
Thank you, Cornelius. Now, gentlemen, any old business? Any new business? The chair recognizes Frederick.
Well, as well we know, with graduation upon us, this is to be the last meeting of the Devil's Alphabet Society.
Oh, shame.
Well, Cornelius and I have been talking about an annual reunion.
Marvelous. An excellent idea. Gentlemen.
Well, I agree. Cambridge will not soon see our like again. I say we hold our meetings as long as Andrew holds his lease.
Well spoken, Brian. And I have a 99-year contract with my landlord. That should see us for starters.
There's 5 of us in agreement.
6. Lord Grant, will you make it unanimous?
Aye, with one condition. Since the scroll is made of such fine stuff, let us pledge an unusual oath to do it justice. I propose we each swear to meet not only once a year, but annually throughout eternity, though we be live or dead.
Lord Grant, do you seriously advance this proposition?
Aye, we are not common men. Why swear a common oath? Furthermore, should a member fail to attend due merely to circumstances of death, I say he be deemed dishonorable and fined a good round sum on top of it.
Have it your way, Grant.
Since my study is the law, I'm fond of finding a loophole in any agreement. Now, I propose we meet each year on the anniversary of this night, All Souls' Day, November 2nd, unless for reasons unknowable as yet, the majority of us should, before the meeting, cancel for that year.
Even though I should die, I would not want my vote uncounted. We are pledging eternity. Therefore, I propose a majority of all members must vote to cancel, whether those members be alive or dead.
Aye, let death be no excuse to miss a meeting.
Yes, Let me see your college pin, Andrew. Pour a little wine in that, Diva. And let us prepare a charter each of us might fear a bit to sign.
I can't use that desk, Governor. Take it for free. I want everything out of here. This house is no longer mine, and I won't give the man who owns it a single stick he didn't win from me.
It's not worth the price of storage, sir. Nobody wants that kind of thing anymore.
I beg you.
Good day, sir.
Yeah, just as well. Just as well.
Poor Diva. His death casts a pall on our 20th reunion. Look, I'll skip the laws and bylaws if there be no objection. After 20 years, I think we know them. Now, is there any old business?
Yes, a bill of charges for our last carousal. A matter of 1 guinea for the plate glass Diva smashed, and 4 for the harlot that waltzed through it with him.
4? Her fee was steep.
No, she came along free. The surgeon took 60 stitches to lace her back together.
And on Diva, not a scratch. Walked through it like a very ghost. Which, now, no doubt he is. How shall we settle this bill?
Our bylaws state that an absent member must pay all expenses of the year preceding. Diva may be dead, but he is also absent.
Oh, that's right. Incorporeality is no excuse.
I move we lend Diva the money. and collect it in eternity or at the next meeting if he sees fit to send his ghost.
Plus £100 fine for failure to show as specified in Bylaw 5.
Is this the will of the table?
Aye.
Aye. Very well, then. Diva, you owe the Devil's Alphabet Society £115 sterling.
Aye, Diva, sift the ore of hell and bring it hence. Unless you carried your checkbook into perdition with you.
Have you no human feeling, Grant?
You no allegiance to our code, Frederick?
Let us show some respect for our dead brother.
We did not form the Devil's Alphabet to show respect.
Enough, gentlemen. It's time to sign the register. Eli, will you pass the scroll?
What the deuce? There's already a name here.
Diva's name, and today's date. And the ink is not yet dry.
It is his signature, no doubt.
I did not write it there, so help me God.
Well, we're not gathered here to ask the help of God, Eli. I believe there's a fine due for such a slip.
Yes, that is so. Charge it to me, Cornelius.
Right.
If you be with us, Diva, you owe us no gold.
Take the place of honor, Diva, as our first incorporeal member. Drink with us.
But not too fast. Ghosts have insubstantial bodies, and you've not been dead long enough to know your tolerance.
No, let him drink his fill and howl the night away. He can walk through Andrew's window now and not break it. Will you have more wine, Diva?
I believe he will, Grant. His glass is empty.
If this be your idea of a joke, gentlemen, I do not find it funny. You may carry on if you wish. I have had enough for one evening. Lord Andrew? Lord Andrew? Lord Andrew? Lord Andrew? Quick! Cut him down. He might still be alive.
There's nothing to stand on.
Well, find something.
But how did he get up there?
In view of Andrew's grim death, both Frederick and I feel it would be becoming to cancel tonight's meeting.
Nor do I think I am alone in wishing to go a further step and dissolve the Devil's Alphabet Society.
Out of the question, it is an affair of honor. Besides, Andrew has willed his property to us.
So very odd. Hanged himself from a high ceiling with no chair to jump from.
Very much in keeping with his poetic style.
I'd rather not hear such disrespect, Grant.
You have changed your tune, perhaps, but I hold nothing sacred save the oath we took, a bond of faith and honor. I reverence nothing else, most especially not death.
Well, hold your fire, Grant. Let's put it to the vote.
Yeah.
Remember, the very nature of our charter demands each dead man's vote must be assessed. If he cannot speak, we must assume he abides by the charter and will attend.
I cannot deny the soundness of his legal principle.
Right. Who declines to cancel?
Aye.
Then there will be no meeting this year. By the rules of our society, 4 votes decides.
So the cowardly vote is cast. But you cannot prevent me from fulfilling my own obligation. I will attend the meeting, though I do it on my own. Good evening, gentlemen.
No.
Slow down, you damned idiot! Imbecile! Slow down!
You telephone for help from the house. I'll try to keep them in sight.
My God! What's happening to us?
Cornelius,
Frederick.
I'm sorry I was detained. How are you?
Well, in the year since last we met, I've not had one full night of sleep. Frederick, what are we to do?
I'm afraid it's no longer up to us. We have no quorum to dissolve tonight's meeting, so the dead men must decide for us. Still, one thing crosses my mind.
What's that?
Since we have no say in the matter, I'd as soon be hanged for keeping a contract as for breaking it. I shall call for your lodgings tonight. We shall go there together. Goodbye.
I'm sorry, my dear friend, but I have not the strength to face the unknown horror conjured by my fears. In any case, as both of us know, we will meet again tonight. I remain your brother in torment, Cornelius.
So the final letter of the devil's alphabet falls into place. Gentlemen, to our mutual damnation. Old friends, while I am resolved to meet with you each year for as long as I may be alive, and thereafter as we have sworn, I have a proposal to make for our mutual benefit. What has been bound by agreement can be dissolved by agreement. I call for a vote. Who is in favor of dissolving our charter?
Are very strict about that.
Oh, well, that's all right.
I just like being around books. They kind of inspire me. You see, I want to be
A writer, yes, I remember. Well, if you like being around books, Miss Pendleton, this is just the place for you. As you see, Miss Pendleton, we've gotten a little crowded here, which is why we're switching over from books to something far more practical. Holograms.
Holograms, of course.
You know, I've never had an assistant before, but with a changeover of this magnitude, I simply couldn't handle it myself. I'm afraid my employers don't know about you. Oh, they're very reluctant to allow any outsiders here. But I had to have some help. And so, your discretion is of the utmost importance, Miss Pendleton. Do you understand?
No, not really.
Do you see that room there? That's where the books will be transformed. We're all set up and ready to begin, and now that you're here, begin we shall. Every morning, I'll give you a list of books to locate. You'll bring them to me in that room, in that cart. Now, where is it? Here it is. Once this work has been completed, I won't have to move more than 10 feet in any direction.
Gloria, what's in these books?
Nothing that need concern you.
They've got people's names on them and birth dates?
It's our method of cataloging, that's all.
Gloria, this is definitely not the Dewey Decimal System here. This room can't possibly be in the house I came in, can it?
Well, if you're going to split hairs, no, but...
These books hold lives, don't they?
Now that you mention it, yes, they do.
Is a book here for everybody who was ever born?
Everybody that's alive. Each is an up-to-the-minute record, changing with every moment.
And when someone dies?
His or her book is immediately removed at the request of my employers. They use it to determine that person's final chapter, I suppose you might say. So you see, Ellie, working here is more than a job. It's an honor.
Giving into temptation, she finds the book of her life, opens it, and reads.
Ellie, did you drop something?
No. No, everything's all right, Gloria. I just bumped the card on one of the shelves, that's all.
Do try to be careful, dear.
I'll try.
Interesting? That's all you're going to say? Your new job is interesting?
It's a library. What do you want me to say?
That it's enormously exciting. Unbelievably stimulating.
You got the enormous and the unbelievable part right.
Mom called. Want to know how you were doing on your book? I told her great. Was I lying?
Unfortunately, yes. But it's only because I've been so worried about finding a job, I hope. I'll find out after dinner when I sit down to write.
Well, I have to get to work.
I thought we were going to go out to eat together to celebrate my new job.
I'm working double shift. Diane's taking her kids skiing. Listen, I will pick you up tomorrow after work, and we'll go celebrate then, okay?
Anything you say, Miss Pushover.
Is there anything wrong, Ellie?
Nothing that about 5 gallons of ice water wouldn't fix. Mr. Kelleher!
What?
It's me, Ellen Pendleton from next door.
Yeah, so?
I'd like to remind you that right on the other side of the world's cheapest drywall from you is me.
Yeah, so?
Doug, what's going on? Oh, hi. You want a little pate?
You remember Carla?
Sure, from downstairs. Oh, not anymore.
She's moving in with me.
What?
Yeah, we've been lonely for a very long time. So, if you got any problem with the acoustics around here, I suggest you get some cotton balls and start stuffing them.
Oh, I know. I can hardly believe it either. Ain't love grand?
Hello, Ellie.
Hello, Father. Business at the church?
The very best kind. A wedding. There's nothing I like better than to see a relationship between a man and a woman consummated within the holy bonds of matrimony. Well, have a good evening.
Thank you. I will. Lori, what did you do? You changed everything around.
Shh. She's real depressed.
What are you doing in that getup?
Get up. It's what I wear to work every day. What's wrong with you?
With me? I almost killed myself on that chair over there.
Well, everybody almost kills himself on that chair over there.
So move it back to where it was.
And where was that?
Don't you remember?
Remember what?
I'm sorry. I'm causing trouble, aren't I? I'll leave. Just as soon as I stop crying. What's she crying about? I'm 37 years old. I have no kids, no husband, no boyfriend, nothing. That's what I'm crying about. My life is a complete and utter waste.
Carla, it's not true.
It is true. Thank God you can't die from loneliness. Because if you could, I'd be dead. And nobody would be at my funeral. God. Oh, no.
You will.
Oh, God. I wish I...
Carla, what's your last name again? You and that nice, rich Mr. DeWitt in 304 are going to be so deliriously happy together that you won't know whether it is night or
Ellie?
day.
Did you say something, dear?
I said sometimes I get so wrapped up in my work here that I don't know whether it's night or day.
I know just what you mean. Sometimes I don't even know what century it is out there.
Ellie, hi. Wait a minute. What do you think? Oh, it's gorgeous.
But it's 80 degrees out. When are you ever going to wear it?
Next week, we're going to Vail. Oh, Ellie, ain't love grand?
Laurie?
Over here.
Hello, Ellie.
Hi, Mr. DeWitt. Just saw Carla. Beautiful coat. It's an ugly coat?
It's a coat he has no money to pay for.
I am here because I am filing for bankruptcy. Carla doesn't know yet.
Bankruptcy? I will get all these papers down to federal court first thing in the morning.
You're a lawyer?
It all just slipped away from me. Ever since I married Carla, nothing else mattered except her, and now there is nothing else. What are the stockholders going to say? What is poor Carla going to say?
I didn't know you had the brains to be a lawyer.
This is really no time for wisecracks, Ellie. He's practically suicidal.
Suicidal?
If only I had paid more attention to business. If only I hadn't had to pay more attention to business. Oh, why couldn't I have gone into real estate or something?
If it's real estate you want, Mr. DeWitt, it's real estate you're gonna get.
How's it going? Oh, just fine. We're off to Long Beach. I just bought an office building there. Oh,
Don't forget, Ellie, your rent's due tomorrow.
no problem.
And whatever your sister's trying to pull in that tea party upstairs, it's not gonna work.
So the first thing we have to do is sign this petition protesting that rent hike. If that doesn't work, we'll just sit in our apartments. We'll refuse to pay. And if he tries to evict us, we'll call the news media. We'll let this whole town know that Edwin DeWitt is nothing but a rent-gouging geek.
Why didn't I just change my address to begin with? Now, this is a place where a writer can get some work done.
Oh, my God. It's my sister.
Lori! She saved my son! He got caught in the undertow and was drowning when she swam out with a raft. She got him on it and she saved him. But then she got caught and she couldn't save herself.
My fault. It's my fault. Don't stop, you hear me? Don't stop, whatever you do! October 12th, 1964.
Ellie? What on earth?
October 14th, 1964. Oh my God, it's not here. Laurie's book isn't here.
It's been requested.
No, it's my fault she died. You've got to let me change it.
Been changing the contents of the books?
Just a couple.
Take them all, right now.
All I ever wanted was a quiet place to write. I wasn't being greedy. I mean, I could have made it so the novel I'm writing wasn't only finished, it was a bestseller, but I didn't. I didn't mean any harm. Everything kept snowballing on me. Now, Laurie. Oh, God, poor Laurie. No, no. Jesus, please. What's going to happen to Laurie?
Well, you should have thought of that before. Is it really so difficult for human beings to grasp that all the lives on this planet, all of them, are intertwined? That's it. They know about it now. I mean, deep.
Please, just let me make one change. Change one little change in Laurie's. What about my sister? What about Laurie?
Ellie! Laurie! Hi. Well, it's nice to be appreciated, kiddo, but come on. It's only a little celebration dinner.
Depends on what you're celebrating. Just a minute. I've got to go thank somebody.
Can I help you with something?
Where's Gloria?
There's no Gloria here. Just me and my wife, Denise. We've lived here for more than 10 years. Okay?
মজা হয়েছে?
অসাধারণ হয়েছে। এই এ মেয়ে কি করে?
ওই তুই ওরে দেখ চমকাই উঠছিস কেলা? ওর নাম লাইলি আর আজকে সব ওই রান্না করছে।
কি?
হ্যাঁ আম্মা জান, আমার পোলা কথা কইছিলাম না?
এরকম জঘন্য রান্না আমি জিন্দেগি দেখাই নাই।
আমি তো পারতাছি।
সমস্যা না, আপনার বাসার সামনে না, আমি আগে দিতেছি, চলেন।
তুমি কেঠা মা? আমি তো চিন্তা পারতেছি না কোনখানে বাসা।
আমার সামনে মহল্লা বাসা। আমার নাম লাইলি।
ও লাইলি, তুমি কি আমার চেনো?
জি না খালাম্মা, আসলে আপনি তো আমার মায়ের বয়সী, বুঝছেন না? তা আমার মা যদি এরকম বাজারের ব্যাগ টানতো আমি তো দিতাম না, আমি লয়ে নিতাম।
ও আচ্ছা।
তো খালাম্মা আপনার কোনো পোলা মায়া নাই?
আছে তো, আমার একমাত্র পোলা আছে।
তো চ্যাংড়া পোলা থাকতে আপনার বাজারে যেতে হয় গেলা?
তুমি যে কি কও, তুমি কিন্তু খুব ভালো কথা কইছো। আমি আসলে বাসায় দিকে তো মাঝে মাঝে নিজে হাট বাজার করি। তা আম্মা জান, তুমি কেমনে জানলা আমার পোলা চ্যাংড়া?
ও, আপনার বয়স দেখে আন্দাজ করছি আর কি, আপনার পোলা চ্যাংড়াই হবো। এইটা আপনার বাচ্চা?
হ্যাঁ, এই যে আইসা পড়ছে, আমার বাসা আইসা পড়ছে। চাও, তুমি এত কষ্ট করছো, একটু চা পানি খিলাও।
না না, আজকে না, খালাম আরেকদিন আসুন।
আচ্ছা,
আপনি নিশ্চয়ই কষ্ট পাইছেন তাই না? কষ্ট পাইলে মানে আপনি কইছেন আমারে, আমি যদি না যাই তাহলে তো খারাপ দেখে। তো আজকেই যাই তাহলে।
চলো। আচ্ছা বাজান,
বাহ,
কি আম্মা জান?
আপনার বাসা খালামা খুব সুন্দর, আপনার বাসা।
ও, আমি তো ভাবতেছিলাম তুমি আমার ছেলের কথা কইতাছো। মাশাআল্লাহ, আমার ছেলে সুন্দর আছে না?
আছে আর কি, ওই আছে।
আচ্ছা আম্মা জান, তুমি কি খাইবা? তোমার কি পছন্দ?
আপনার পোলাই কি পছন্দ করে?
ও তো যা পায় তাই খায়।
যা পায় তাই খায়, তার অবশ্য দেখে বোঝা যায়।
কিছু কইতাছো?
না খালাম্মা, কিছু কইতেছি না, মানে কইতে চাইছি যে সবার তো একটা প্রিয় খাদ্য থাকে, তারটা কি?
হ্যাঁ আছে তো, গরুর গোশত। গরুর গোশত পাইলে তো মাথায় ঠিক থাকে না, খুবই পছন্দের।
আচ্ছা কইতেছেন, আমারও গরুর গোশত খুব পছন্দ।
ঠিক আছে আম্মা জান, তুমি বসো, গরুর গোশতে রান্না করবো, দুপুরে সাথে মিলে একসাথে খামু।
আরে আমি এখানে একা একা বসে কি করবো খালাম্মা? আমি যাই, আপনারে সাহায্য করি একটু।
মাশাআল্লাহ, কি লক্ষ্মী মাইয়া। আসো আসো।
মা, মাংস যা হয়েছে না?
মজা হয়েছে?
অসাধারণ হয়েছে। এই এ মেয়ে কি করে?
ওই তুই ওরে দেখ চমকাই উঠছিস কেলা? ওর নাম লাইলি আর আজকে সব ওই রান্না করছে।
কি?
হ্যাঁ আম্মা জান, আমার পোলা কথা কইছিলাম না?
এরকম জঘন্য রান্না আমি জিন্দেগি দেখাই নাই।
কি কইতাছস? একটু কি কইলি অসাধারণ, এখন কইতাছস ফালতু। মাথা গেছে নাকি?
খালাম্মা, আমার মনে হয় গরমে মাথা গিলু গলে গেছে।
হাই মে, তোমার সাহস তো কম না, তুমি এনে কেন আসছো?
খালাম্মা আপনার সামনে আমরা ধমকাইতেছে।
ওই তুই ওরে ধমকাস কেলা? হ্যাঁ, ও আইছে তো কি হইছে? তোর কোনো সমস্যা আছে? ও জানোস না আজকে আমার এই রান্না বান্না কত সাহায্য করছে?
জানতে চাই না, ওরা এখনই বাড়ি থেকে বাইরে যেতে বলো।
কি কইতাছস? এত কিছু কষ্ট করে রান্না করে মা এটা না খাইয়ে চলে যাবো?
ও যদি এখান থেকে না যায় আমি বাইরে যাবো এখন।
খালামা তোর মাথা নষ্ট হয়ে গেছে গা। আমি বরং আজকে যাই, আপনি থাকেন খান, আমি আরেকদিন এসে খামুনি।
আমার জান, তুই এটা কি করলি? মা এটা খালি মুখে বিতে দিলি?
তুমি ওরে চিনো না আম্মা, খুব ডেঞ্জারাস।
আমার চিনার দরকার নেই, তুই বেশি করে খা।
তোর খামুই না।
Quán đi là chuẩn làm luôn ra sữa binh binh ấy, Michelin. Nếu ăn được đây, rửa tay, chả non broccoli, chả hỗ trợ trong 3 vòng đấu, có cho chọn không? Đây. Làm xếp chung à? Chỉ là dân cha, chỉ là cho. Lắc đầu. Đây. Đây như pha màu mình phải biết. Và biết tôi là tỏ hết. Chuẩn, phát tế chiếm của. Yes. What the hell? Không có hòm này. Sợ. Sau này rồi. Thực là dân chơi, thắng à? Người thắng à? Yes. Tao chốt cung là bạn xong nó chơi với quan tâm nhất, thế nên ta cũng đá nó ra đảo. No. Ác. Best not san trả phăm một cục lâu về broccoli tỷ vàng nếu nhặt mình bet nhặt vàng đi thì sao biết thấy nữa. Học chung đi trả đến rồi. 3 thần thắng nữa là xong. Mà ly xin 2 kìa block lui ơi. Sự căng căng hay xin 2 căng căng đấy. Xin 2 kia là khó đấy, xin 2 video rồi 6 xong đấu rồi khó đấy. Vào mà, xong đấu rồi khó đấy. Bây giờ không ai phải hoàn thiện bộ bài 3 sao phải cái. Đủ tiền chưa vậy? 2 tỷ 3. Ơ, 99%. 99% của anh em CK.
có gì sai. Khỏi gặp, khỏi khó chịu. Là lời mới những cái sót từ sau giờ chúng tiếp tục chạy. Số gì này? Khỏi sau đây lại nhà mất rồi. Đâu, tới đây. Nó phải làm như bố. Sau này here. Chỗ một con lắc ấy, lắc 3 lắc 3 mu 3 này, là 3 này, viên là 3 đúng không? 3 6 máu 2 rau xong nhót. Nó không lắc kìa, nó không có giảm heal chứ, mình nếu có giảm bây giờ mới có giảm heal ở trên, nó đâu có giảm kháng phép, mình giảm kháng phép. Sự căng ấy, đây là một cái sự đấu chết đấy, phong phát cần chết con ấy kìa. Rồi thắng được. À không, con Agadio sử dụng kinh ấy. Agadio cút rồi. Lắc quang, cút không chết à? Lắc quang. À, chết ngay rồi. Cái con kêu đéo chết, la rồi, luộc lùi à. Một con A nữa. Được. Nhọt. Không biết đánh với ai luôn. Thôi, sang pizza đi. Pizza. Last map for me broccoli ơi. 2,3 tuổi. Re-auto, sữa binh chilling. Quỷ ác, quỷ phi phai. Chết à? Trứng nổi trong một round thắng luôn. Đéo gần đi nữa. Nếu biết nổ ra cái gì, mau nổ ra một tí cái bốc đồ xong, phun đồ. Bài khỏe đấy. Đứa nhỏ học bài khỏe đi hết. Amu chưa 3 hỏng rồi. Amu trước Amu 2 đồ quan sự kinh cơ. Amu này cũng có khó đấy. May mà xếp chéo carry nhé. Không xếp chéo carry chắc là thịt cút rồi. Rồi, hay thắng cút. Ô, trời ơi thằng bà sẽ chết. Càng ấy càng bà cút mày. Bà đi ra hai đầu. Cái ra sấy. Cút. Mày đi. Bye bye. Rồi đổ trứng. Xong. Lại farm tiền à, lại farm tiền rebirth à? Farm tiền rebirth hay broccoli ơi. Rebirth này hết 30k vương sẽ đắt đấy. Đây phải farm thêm nhiều. Baby anh xin lỗi. Giấc mơ với chồng. Farm một broccoli. Với chôn à? Sao gặp nhau chuẩn không? Sao gặp nhau chuẩn không? Ui. Cái gì à gì? Rồi thêm một cái để chỗ 1 tỷ vàng à? Được. Rồi. Sư đi, xích sàn nữa xong. Nếu anh nhớ không nhớ. Em thích ăn dầu cần. Thế nhà quản lý săn đã xong. Rồi, tất cả gần như là đều 3. Giờ sẽ in lao 3 nhé. Nẹp đéo làm gì làm. Làm gì này. Rồi thêm gì. Rồi thằng nào đây đấy, thằng Xét ạ. Xét 3 đồ ạ. Kinh ấy, Xét 3 đồ ạ. Nó lỗ 1 tỷ vàng với cả cái ấp chết làm chi vậy, ổ ngu đấy. Đéo mày dạy lỗ hũ đấy, leo rồi lấy trứng này trứng thối à. What the hell, thua rồi. Thắng. Điều thắng rồi, rồi điều. Lần đi. Giờ biết ta lỗ trứng ra cái gì không? Lỗ trứng là cái mẹ chiến thuật với cả 1 tỷ vàng. Đéo phải làm gì. Hả? Trứng rồng. Chơi búa 2 cá ăn ở ông lui tháng này nữa là nhót ui D2 đi D2 D2 ạ. Nice khỏe đấy, gần lắp không đấu carry vào chứ. Không sao, anh tin là mình có thể làm được nhé. Rồi xong chết thằng đấy rồi. Rồi thằng bóng rồi, thằng bóng còn ai rồi, trừ 1 thằng, trừ thằng không trừ à. Nice. Nhà tới không có đâu đi chơi là giờ đâu phải đâu cần qua rồi đâu, không chỉ một tâm đầu vậy đâu. Chuẩn không? Sao bên này ok broccoli sự chôn vì làm farm minh ấy. Mình sự là một A, anh ấy bị đục lỗ ở người nên phải biến thành robot, thân trên robot à. Pacific đi Lào Ba. Sinh nhật tôi nhá. Số thứ nhí về 2 452. Thiếu một pháp sư ấy.
শুনেন কালকের খেলায় আপনি হারবেন।
বাবা কনফিডেন্স দেখছো মে?
যদি না হারছেন তাহলে কিন্তু বললাম এটা দিয়ে আমি আমার হাতে আপনার নাম লিখুন। মানে তো তখনই বুঝবেন যখন এটা দায় আপনার উপর পড়বে।
সমস্যা থেকে ওই দিনকার তোরে হাত খরচের লেগা 5,000 টাকা দিছিলাম, আবার টাকা কি গাছে ধরে?
আব্বাজান আপনি তো কত টাকাই কামান, 5,000 টাকা দিলে আপনার কি হয়? আমি আপনার একমাত্র আমার মাইয়া, তো আমার পিছনে খরচ করবেন না কার পিছনে করবেন? আমার একটা কুর্তি পছন্দ হয়েছে, ওই কুর্তি আমি কিনতে চাই।
কুর্তি মূর্তি লেহেঙ্গা ওড়না এসব দিয়ে তো ঘর বইরে গেছে, হাঁটুনের বি জায়গা নাই। মন চায় তোর এগুলা নাইজেরিয়া বুলগেরিয়া আর উগান্ডায় পাঠাইয়া দিই। আচ্ছা এত কিছু কিনানোর দরকার নাকি?
কি কইতেছেন আব্বা? একটা শখ করছি, শখের দাম লাখ টাকা। শখ যদি না মিটে তাহলে এই জীবন রেখা লাভ কি? আপনি যদি আমার টাকা না দিচ্ছেন তাহলে কিন্তু আমি কয়ে দিলাম ব্লেড দিয়ে হাত কেটে নাম লেখা ফেলাম।
আচ্ছা ব্লেড দিয়ে এই কুর্তির লেগে হাত কাটানোর দরকার নাই, আমি বাইরে যাওয়ানোর সময় তোর টাকা দিয়ে যাবো।
থ্যাংক ইউ আব্বা।
আচ্ছা লাইলি, তুমি এরকম প্রতিদিন কোনো পড়াই কমপ্লিট করছো না, আমি কিন্তু তোমাকে আর পড়াতে আসবো না।
আসেন না, আপনারা ক্যাটাই কইছে আইতে, আমি কইছি
শেষ পর্যন্ত তোমার বাবার কাছে আমাকে কমপ্লেন করতে হবে।
আপনি আমার বাপের কাছে কমপ্লেন করবেন?
পড়াশোনা করছো না, বাবার কাছে কমপ্লেন করবো না? অবশ্যই করবো।
ঠিক আছে, আপনি যান, আপনি আমার বাপের কাছে কমপ্লেন করেন, এদিকে আমি ব্লেড দিয়ে হাত কেটে আপনার হাতের নাম লেখা রাখবো এখান দিয়ে।
দেখো এইবার না হয় আমি তোর বাবার কাছে কমপ্লেন করবো না, কিন্তু তুমি যদি পরীক্ষায় ডাব্বা মারো তাহলে তো আবার আমি শেষ।
ও তুমি
ডরাইছেন?
ডরাবো কেন? মাগের এরকম আটকা মায়া মনের সামনে চলে আসলে তো একটু চিন্তা লাগেই। আর কালকে আবার তোমার মামার সাথে চ্যালেঞ্জ, বইলা আইসো শেষবার মতো চুল দাঁড়িয়ে আশ্রয় আসতে।
শুনেন, কালকের খেলায় আপনি হারবেন।
বাবা, কনফিডেন্স দেখছো মেয়ে।
যদি না হারছেন তাহলে কিন্তু বললাম এটা দিয়ে আমি আমার হাতে আপনার নাম লিখুন।
মানে
তো তখনই বুঝবেন যখন এটার দায় আপনার উপর পড়ব। সরেন।
আরে ভাই, নাম লিখবা মানে? কি মুসিবতে বললাম, জিততে না পারে এখন 2 নাম্বারই। কি সমস্যা? যাইতে দিছো না কেন?
সমস্যা আমার না আপনার। আপনি কি মানুষ না খুনি? মানে বোঝেন না? কালকে কি করছেন? কাচির লগে কি মিলাচ্ছেন? পেট খারাপের ওষুধ।
দেখো এখন কিন্তু বাড়াবাড়ি হইতেছে। তোমরা কাচ্চি খাইতে চাইছো, আমি খাওয়াইছি ব্যাস। আর কারো যদি পেট পাতলা হয়ে যায়, কেউ যদি হজম করতে না পারে, সেটা তো তার সমস্যা, আমার না।
বাড়াবাড়ি আমরা করছি না আপনারা করছেন? মানে ইচ্ছে করে আপনারা খান নাই কালকে, তাই না? যাতে আমার লগে প্রতিশোধ নিতে পারেন।
আর যদি নিতে চাই সেটা কি দোষ? 3 বার ঘুরি চ্যাম্পিয়ন আমি, তোমার কারণে আমার হারতে হয়েছে।
হারছেন তো কি ইচ্ছে? মাঝে মাঝে কিছু জিতবার লাগা কিছু হারতে হয়।
এই তোমার কাছে হাইরা আমি কি জিতছি? হ্যাঁ,
আমারই জিতছেন, আমার মন জিতছেন।
এই দেখো, তুমি আমার আবার কোনো কিছু তো ফাঁসাইছো, আমি বুঝছি। এইসব ফান্দে আমি পা দিতেছি না, প্লিজ।
আমি আপনারে ফাঁসাই নাই, আপনি আমারে ফাঁসাইছেন। আমি তো আপনার প্রেমে পড়ে গেছি ফ্রি মাস্টার। আপনি আমার মারবেন, মারেন, কাটতেও ফালান, কিন্তু আমি আপনার ভালোবাসি, এটাই সাইন্স।
এর জন্যই তো সায়েন্সে মারো ডাব্বা।
যতই অপমান করেন, শাদি তো আপনার আমার লগে হইব।
তোমার মতো মেয়ের সাথে শাদি দূরে থাক, প্রেম পর্যন্ত করতে রাজি নাই আমি। আর এইসব ব্লেড ফেড দিয়ে কোনো কাজ হবে না, আমি ভয় পাই না আর।
দেখো চন্দ্র, তুমি কি করো।
Right side đầu quỷ nhỉ? Bao nhiêu? Yes sir. Tao rồi. Còn bố game lỏ liên tài ra từ đầu chỗ nó. Chi tiết ông cản phá tiếng đéo đây quang này. Được chưa? Tạp âm vào. Nhớ. Lúc đấy có tiếng ruồi. Anh em chơi cứ hỏi thằng nào tiếng ruồi thế. Gì 74 quả. Rebirth rồi. Anh làm ca game. Rồi xong quá chị bị hình rồi xong. Cắt lên. Đây game lag rồi. Game lag rồi, game lag. Game lag rồi. Kéo farm được. Bị lag rồi. Tao đang chơi đố kéo được. Bị lag rồi. Phải. Lúc kinh không block rồi. Block rồi, lúc kinh không block rồi. Bị tích con đấy. Tao bị tao đang đơ này. Tao đang bị đơ mà. Tao đang bị đơ này. Tao đang bị nó cứ kiểu không làm gì ấy, chỉ đi được thôi, vẫn đi được bình thường. Nhưng mà nó không bị disconnect. Nó không. Tao đi bớt. Tao đi bớt xong tao mắc cuối này, chôn rồi. Tao đi bớt xong tao mắc cuối này. Lá rồi. Đi bớt nó tỷ lần 7 lần. Nhưng mà không quay được về, tao bị lag thì kéo rồi ấn go được ạ. Lại được hết được rồi. Tự nhiên tao ấn go thế là lợi back về bắt đầu. Ôi hỏng rồi, thằng này chết rồi. Kéo gì rồi? Là đéo nói đâu. Là chơi mỗi liên minh thôi, mà thấy liên minh tập trung nói mỗi liên minh thôi, không nói rồi một lúc đâu. Chơi cho Việt Nam ấy 1.200 quay à? Chỉ linh không? Làm hai việc một lúc mà. Tiền. Chỉ cho broccoli nhá. Bảy củ à? Hôm nay làm gì? Cho broccoli 9. Wow. Thật không? Đẹp quá. Ngân hàng là đi đéo nào này? Ngân hàng nào ấy Tống? Ngân hàng lớp mình ấy. Còn đánh cái đéo ở đây này. Trời, đánh còn tên cờ nhỉ? Tao vừa để nhà chồng. Yes sir. BITCS à? Đi lại 450 đam, mấy tỷ ấy. 6 tuổi à? 5 tuổi 6 à? Làm chút đây. Free auto. Đây này. Thế phải đánh cái gì luôn đấy? Bài của đéo gì ấy. Buồn núp à? Là video thứ 3 rồi. Chôn broccoli không? Chôn broccoli thì bớt Bậy à. Có cái gì đây? Wow. Thêm ấy, phải thêm ấy. Phải thêm ấy. Phải thêm ấy. Phải thêm ấy rồi được rồi. Tầm này được 1.4 chắc được rồi. Nên đủ rồi. Hôm nay đủ đi. 100 triệu. Yes. Đúng rồi. Là 3. Mình có lẽ. Thứ 6 và 50. Ơ. Mặt. Về đây à? Mấy. Đố neo. Đố neo. Đố neo à? Đố đố. Quỷ ác quỷ phai nhá. Quỷ ác chịu à. Nhảy vô vui em Mai đấy, có em Mai à? Đây á, đây rồi. À, biến thành một con này. Ra một con này. Mặc à? Biết rồi. 285 nếu dùng giáo thẳng chung quá. Ok, ok. Hai con am bu rồi. Goodbye, nhớ đi qua. Anh đi bớt rồi mà. Yes. Anh đã ace. Đúng lỗ. Bisa